It's the Treehouse.
Court documents reveal that an Anderson woman's Uber ride to the pharmacy started off strange when her driver asked her to drive instead of him. Going along with it, the situation worsened when he reportedly began to fondle her from the back seat.
Okay.
And now a 30-year-old Indianapolis man is charged with 1 count of sexual battery, along with a misdemeanor count of battery. According to documents, the woman ordered an Uber because she needed to head to CVS and pick up her medication. The woman said her Uber ride started bizarrely straight off the bat when the man, who was reportedly deaf and has an intellectual disability, handed the woman his phone with a message on it asking her to drive. The woman told police she knew it was odd and not allowed by Uber, but she decided to go along with it because she really needed to get to the pharmacy and didn't want to wait around for another Uber driver, as there are few of them in Anderson, Indiana. Now, while driving to CVS, the man reportedly kept trying to show her messages on her phone. Some of the messages were inappropriate, such as telling her the size of his penis and seemingly asking for a hand job. I'd like to point out this is the first time in the history of my news director career that I've ever seen the word hand job in an actual news article.
Yeah.
The woman said at one point he reached his hand under her shirt and grabbed her breast, causing her to slap his hand away and nearly drive off the road. The woman said she kept showing the man her wedding ring, telling him she's married, but he only mouthed, "How much?" According to court records, the woman
How much?
How much? Yes, how much? I don't know if he's asking her like how much to do this or like how much are you married? I don't know. According to court records, the woman decided to pretend she found his antics hilarious in order to trick him into letting her take a photograph of him, along with taking photographs of some of the messages he was showing her, including one that said, "How to hand job." Now, I'd like to point out this in my long career as a news director in the radio industry, this is the most hand jobs I have seen in any news article in my career.
Sign of the times, Dan. Sign of the times.
It really is. And I give them credit. Sometimes they leave out these specifics, for, the sake of, well, it's a little dirty. Well, these are facts. These are facts of the case. This is what this woman is claiming. We're adults. We can handle it.
Indiana's ahead of their time.
After picking up her prescription, the man reportedly reached forward during the drive back to her home and then groped her between the legs over the top of her pants.
So, okay. So she tricked him into getting all the evidence, and then was like, "Hey, can you drop me back off?"
After suffering the assault to CVS, she decided to let the assaulter drive her back home.
She drove herself back home.
My bad, you're right. Not only did Trey find the news article about the wildest Uber ride in the history of Uber, but he also found the 911 call that the woman placed.
No.
Keep in mind, we had to change the voice to protect the identity of the woman who is accusing the Uber driver of fondling her.
Anderson 911, what's your emergency? My Uber driver assaulted me. Oh my goodness, ma'am, are you okay? Yes. Are you safe right now? Yes. So he was reaching around while he was driving? That's so dangerous. You must have been terrified. Well, not exactly. Okay, tell me what happened. Well, I needed to go to CVS, so I called an Uber. When I walked out to the car, he handed me a note asking if I would drive. I'm sorry, did you say your Uber driver asked you to drive? Yes. And that didn't concern you? You know, it's ride share, not drive share. Okay, so you're driving the Uber to CVS. What happened next? He was typing me messages on his phone, asking for things, and showing me things. What kinds of things? Nasty things. Like a turd in a punch bowl? No, he was showing me his wee-wee, asking me to play with it, and he was trying to feel my boobs. Ma'am, did you say his wee-wee? Yes, it was rather small. Oh. Okay, so what happened then? Well, I took some pictures with him when we got to CVS, then I went inside. Okay, so you're at CVS. Okay, tell me which one, and I'll have units there immediately. immediately. No, I'm not at CVS. So you had to run from this monster. Oh my goodness. Okay, tell me some landmarks and we'll find you. No, I'm at home. How did you get home? I drove his car back. Wait, you got back in the car with him? And he got more aggressive on the way home. He even tried to put his fingers in my dirty places. You know what? I hope he fisted you right in your ass. Seriously, are you impaired? Well, that's just rude. What is your name and badge number? Okay.
To serve and protect.
Very much. Pick it back up.
Hold on, ma'am. All units, shots fired. Officer in danger. Yeah, totally in danger. This woman I'm talking to has a gun and is threatening everybody. Ma'am, do you do marketing for Bud Light? No. Do you happen to work in radio? Why, yes. I'm vice president of format changes at iHeartRadio. Oh, okay. Yes, that explains it. You are special. Okay. All units, delay that call. Bomb squad, it's your chance to shine. Go get the robot, put a Luka Doncic jersey on it, give it a big old bomb, and send it into this lady's house. You'll either neutralize the target or you get a midday show. Either way, ma'am, I've got to go.
A special guest who has got to be one of the wildest men I have ever known. Consumer reporter extraordinaire from KDFW, Fox 4, the one and only Steve Noviello.
Yay! How are you?
Doing great. How you been, Steve? It's been a minute.
I'm good. A little, I'm working kind of crazy schedule right now. Shannon Murray just had a baby, so I'm sitting in her chair for, I guess, the next 12 weeks.
So she's taking the full maternity leave.
Oh, for sure. We actually, I would say Fox has a very generous maternity and paternity leave program, and she absolutely should take the time. I started sitting in last Thursday, so this was my first full week. So all good. I get to hang out with Hannah. We catch up, so it's nice.
Which is a lot of men's dreams, not yours, but a lot of men's dreams.
Everybody will post pictures, and a lot of men will chime in and be like, "You're so lucky, dude."
Yeah, but what time did you wake up to be sitting next to Hannah Batala?
Exactly, 2 a.m.
2 a.m. So,
wow,
you're filling in for Shannon Murray on the pre-Good Day show. On Fox 4.
So I'm on the 4 to 6.
The 4 to 6.
Yeah,
and you're having to do that for the entire 12 weeks, or are they going to rotate some others in?
Well, I'm off for spring break, and then I think they're going to rotate in maybe some other, folks. I've got my regular job, and then we kind of talked a couple months ago. We were testing a new show, which we're about to announce has gotten picked up and is going to start as a spring and summer series.
Hell yeah.
Twice a week, and then we're going to go to 5 nights a week in the fall. So I'm working on that.
That's outstanding. So
yeah.
I want to get to the new show here in just a second, but for the moment, I'm very curious, and I know Trey is as well, because he and I did morning radio for a little over a year, and it's never left our bones. Our bones still hurt and make noises from that schedule, and you're now having to live it for a while. Who'd you piss off?
It is a great honor. You can
sell that to people who don't know.
Were you reading that off of cue cards? That sounded great.
He's a pro. He's got it memorized. They sent the email. Here's what you say, and he immediately.
He's trying to make sure there actually is a rotation list.
I think we may have reminded him. He's like, oh man, I should probably check on that to make sure.
It's really not, honestly, it's not that bad. And again, Hannah and I have a lot of fun because we do sit there kind of catching up a lot to the point where Evan yelled at us on the air the other day because we were making too much noise during his weather report.
Little Andrews got mad at you?
He did. And he called us out. I was telling her a story about something, and there was something that was really funny, and she did laugh louder than was appropriate. And in the middle of his weather segment, he stopped and scolded us on there.
Oh my God. You know what it is? He's jealous. He's jealous probably because he's never made Hannah laugh that hard, and he was mad at you.
I mean, you said it. I didn't.
Steve, I'm happy to be your mouthpiece. I'll say all the things that you want to say. I got nothing to lose. Man, he got quiet real fast.
I was going to make a joke about you offering to be my mouthpiece since this is.
We were all thinking it.
I mean, I've seen you at your peak of fitness, so.
How hard do you spring break, Steve?
You know what? Well, you know, we're about to find out.
I've been seeing over the last week how cities are either preparing for the onslaught of spring breakers, or in some cases, like Miami is one of them.
Yeah.
They're actively doing things, trying to find legal ways to repel the spring breakers, like charging out the ass for parking and Uber surge pricing, hotels and things, jack your rates up so much that these kids can't afford it on daddy's credit card type of stuff. And it leads me to the question, is spring break, as we all knew it as, you know, younger folk, over?
You know, it's interesting, and it's interesting that you bring up Miami, because Miami Beach specifically, and, you know, South Beach, and, you know, I mean, that's kind of the birthplace of, you know, spring break. And when you look at, there's a real kind of struggle there, because while the people who run the cities are like, yeah, we got to throttle back here, the people who depend on that income from the influx of spring breakers are not very thrilled with the idea of, you know, and I forget if this was all Miami or not, but like no more open containers, curfews, no parking, no, you know, no public, you know, whatever.
Urination.
Right, no public urination.
It's just no fun anymore. Let's just
what's the world coming to? So yeah, I don't know if, but then again, if you've got, you know, 10,000 kids that show up, I mean, how are you possibly going to police that?
I thought a lot of the big,
I think that's a lot of the big spring breaks had in recent years, especially like, I remember seeing videos over the last couple of years, and some of them from Miami. You've got shootings and things. You've got crowds going wild. Trey, what were you going to say?
I thought a lot of, like, I mean, when we were in college, whatever, you know, it was Daytona was still a big spring break.
Panama City Beach.
Yeah. Panama City, Destin, those play. And I feel like all of those have kind of, even Padre Island, I feel like all those have kind of mellowed out over the years. Like, you don't see the big, at least I don't see the big influx of kids like you used to. And maybe that's just because it's more global and everyone kind of spreads out.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. Our nieces definitely had more of a spring break experience. I didn't really have that, certainly not as a young kid. And then even in college, like I think my buddies and I like hopped in the car and drove to Boston like one year. Like we, you know, I think that's more of like a Southern thing, that you would go to, you know, Padre or to, you know, Destin or Daytona or whatnot. So I've, you know, like our niece, I think that they did like, you know, 10 to a room in, you know, wherever, you know, just to try and save on expenses. But that was the spring break era of stacking them deep and whoring them cheap. Which I believe is your tagline for your mouthpiece service.
There he is. That's the Steve Noviello you don't get on TV.
I'm terrified of bears. Thankfully, there's not many bears in Texas, although I just read an article that more bears are coming down this way from Oklahoma, which pisses me off. Either way, black bears and grizzly bears.
June must be a horrible month for you.
Yeah, I hate
the bear roundup.
Yeah, it's terrifying. I won't even go to Colorado. Like, I'm not going anywhere outdoors where there's bears. People are like, they're fine.
Other kind of bears.
Oh, that bear. No, those bears.
They have a big roundup in June.
Yeah, those bears I'm fine with. But the big
but it's really interesting when those two crowds come together at the same time.
Now that's something I want to watch. That's something. But all these different things you have to do with the bears, like grizzly bears, you're supposed to do something. See, I already forgot. Like if you encounter a grizzly
bears, you're supposed to make yourself as big as possible and like scream, "Hey, bear!"
No, no,
yes,
no.
You're all dead.
Yes. Dan, you're wrong. The
way it goes is brown is down and black attack.
Black fight back.
Yeah.
No, grizzly. Yeah, you don't fight back, but you're trying to make yourself look bigger, because generally they're just trying to protect something, so it'll make it not worth it. But no, grizzlies, you're supposed to go make yourself as big as possible.
See, I don't think that's correct. I'm pretty sure it's brown down and black attack, like verbal kind of thing, because I mean, really, if you stand, like if you're face to face with a grizzly bear,
right,
and you stand up and go,
if you're
you
face
don't really
to
think he's going to one up you.
if you're face to face, you've already lost. I'm talking about as the bear is charging you with a grizzly, you're supposed to make yourself as big as possible and scream at it to try, and it will divert away.
Doing that? Who in the hell is doing that?
There's videos.
I don't think the human body could physically, when a grizzly bear is charging at you, spread eagle and go roar.
They run 35 miles an hour and they're 1,400 pounds, and they're going to be like, I'm going to stand. What am I going to do? Hey,
I will send you all the video. There's actually a video of this that happened, and they did this, and the bear just runs off.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh hell no.
I'm dead serious. This is. They say with grizzlies, you are supposed to make yourself as big as possible. Like there are some bears, play dead, everything. But grizzlies, make yourself big and loud, and they don't like contact. So the theory is that if they're charging you, they're trying to it's typically a mom trying to protect her cubs. They don't really want to fight. And so if it looks like it's going to be a challenge, they will go away.
I am not getting big with a bear. I'm crying.
I'm not, you know what? I don't think in my life I will ever be in a situation where I'm really going to be in danger of being attacked by a grizzly bear.
Damn it, you said grizzly.
I was going to say a bear.
I was just going to suggest you move, Trey, because
you're in danger right now.
Uh-huh. Yeah, Trey, whatever you do, don't look behind you.
Play dead, hurry.
Mm-hmm. Okay, just a quick Google search: how to survive a grizzly bear attack. Yeah. Brown/grizzly bears. If you are attacked by a brown/grizzly bear, leave your pack on and play dead. Lay flat on your stomach with your hands clasped behind your neck. Spread your legs to make it harder for the bear to turn you over. And remain still until the bear leaves the area.
Not talking about attacking. I'm talking about if you're getting charged by a bear, act big.
But you see all these rules. Do you think anybody's going to remember this as you're panicking because there's a bear breathing down your throat? All these rules, and I'm just dead. I'm just going to die. Yeah. I'm just going to cry and die.
Probably wet yourself too.
Oh, I'm S-ing myself immediately. Can we swear?
Yeah,
you can.
Oh yeah, good. Shit, I'm shitting myself. That feels good on saying on mic. I'm going to shit myself.
Now that's going to be the only thing I play from the promo from this show.
Really shit himself.
Uh-huh.
No reason why.
Yeah, we're not having Billy the Kid back inside the treehouse. He just shit everywhere.
Yeah.
You never know.
I've always found that interesting, like in movies and stuff, or you hear stories about people are so scared that they pee or they poop themselves. I must be the exact opposite of that, because everything on me just gets sucked back up inside. I just retract.
Oh no, I've shit myself being scared before. I've literally, Mike Hill's house in 6th grade. I watched a scary movie and literally shit myself. I still feel bad about it. Yeah, my mom had to pick me up. It was awful.
Is that why you had to leave Detroit and move to Dallas?
Yeah, I was running from my reputation of shitting everywhere I went.
Oh, I wanted to ask you about this because we're all about the same age. Speaking of shitting yourself.
Yeah.
Have you reached the age or have you reached the level of maturity where you're disappointed in the toilet paper purchase? Because that happened to me recently, and it's a realization I didn't enjoy, because I'd gone to the bulk store and I got the toilet paper that was on sale.
You buy toilet paper in bulk?
Awful. You're already making bad decisions. First of all, your asshole's too old for that. You know that. You can't. At this age, you treat yourself right, and one of those things you pamper is your butthole.
And here's the thing. It had been a long time since I had slummed it with some cheap toilet paper, and I didn't fully inspect the packaging. Instead of getting, ironically, the Bear toilet paper, the Charmin, instead of getting that, I got the stuff that's, also has the name of some guy, and I didn't look closely enough to see that it's barely 1 ply. And the thing that really sucks about this is, sure, I saved like $11 on 64 rolls of toilet paper.
Was it worth it?
Now I'm stuck with 64 rolls.
Throw it out immediately.
Of translucent toilet paper, and the rolls are so thick they never go away.
Yeah, they do.
I thought I've gone through like 4 of these rolls. There's still 63 left in the cupboard.
Throw them in the ocean right now. You're by the ocean. Throw them in the ocean and go get some Charmin. What are you doing with your life? You know better than that.
I don't like to be wasteful, Billy.
I know. Well, yeah, but you're not wasting. First of all, you got to appreciate your ass and your pinky, because you know a pinky's going to slip through that little one ply.
You don't know me.
Yeah, I do.
I've
never
you
wiped
don't know.
I've
You
never
don't
wiped
know
your
what
butt.
my pinky's been through.
Yeah, I know it's been through that toilet paper. That's what I know it's been through. You got to pamper yourself. There's certain things you got to take care of when you get older. I don't care. That's one thing. I could be dirt poor, and I'm going to spend money on toilet paper.
He comes to us all the way from the mystical island of St. Tulsa. He has left people agape with his ability to know the answer before the question is even asked. He is all-knowing, all-seeing, the god of Goat Mountain, the purveyor of poultry prognostication, and a line cook at Waffle House. He is the great Okarnaki.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I have the ability to see into the future. Not a practical future, just like through envelopes and things. But to answer questions. To answer questions and knowing the answers to questions, I have never heard the questions before, I swear. So, Trey, if you could, from your apartment in Dallas, will you put in the tube, the first question?
There you go.
All right, thank you. Ah, look at that, right there in my hand. It's amazing how that works. All right. I hold in my hand the answers to the question. Let's see here. Fort Worth Zoo employees.
Fort Worth Zoo employees.
Who did the Dallas Cowboys sign in free agency to replace the speed of running back Tony Pollard?
Ouch.
All in.
They were pretty fast.
All right. Next envelope, please, Trey.
All right, here you go.
There it is right there. Thank you. All right. Okay. Climb Mount Everest. Anchor the 4 to 6 a.m. Good Day show on Fox 4. Call his mother.
Climb Mount Everest. Anchor the Good Day show from 4 to 6 a.m. and call his mother.
That is correct. Name 3 things that Trey never wants to do.
Oh, Trey. Trey.
You might want to put
That is all
order.
too accurate.
If you just put it in order.
Am I not magnificent?
You are.
You're amazing. If it would have been in order, it'd be don't call his mother and then the morning show and then Everest. So,
You know, when you're prognosticating, you can't always choose the order in which they come to you. You just-
I understand. The universe gives it to you the way
yeah,
it
and
gives it to you.
It's man. There's another punchline in there, but I'm not going to say it. Next envelope, please, Mr. Trenholm.
All right, here you go.
Thank you, Trey. All right, hold it to my head. Almost did it backwards. Here we go again. The weather and Trey's ex-girlfriends.
The weather and Trey's ex-girlfriends.
What are 2 things DFW meteorologists can't predict?
I would have the ability to destroy a lot of shit.
Next week in the Treehouse, it's the great Trenholm. All right, next envelope, please.
There you go.
Thank you. This envelope's getting kind of ratty. All right. Flight MH370, Dan's biological parents, and 97.1's ratings.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Say it. Say them. You want me to wait? You want to come back to it? Tell you what, we'll wait. I'll let you catch your breath. We'll come back to that.
Yeah.
All right. The next to last envelope, or the last envelope, please. Thank you. All right, here we go. All right. I see. Beautiful weather, sandy beaches, and Pornhub.
Beautiful weather, sandy beaches, and Pornhub.
What are 3 things I have that you don't in Texas? All right.
Oh.
And last one. Here we go. Trey, the last envelope, please.
Okay, here you go.
All right. All right, here we go. Flight MH370. Dan's biological parents. 97.1's ratings.
Flight MH370. Dan's biological parents and 97.1 Eagles ratings.
Do I even need to read this question? Name 3 things that have disappeared. There we go.
Oh. Oh.
Visit us online at treehouseonair.com.